Morning, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Appreciate you tuning in here on this gorgeous Tuesday morning. My guest is Justin Townsend. He is the Fairfield High School football coach. We're going to talk about Mules football here in just a little bit, but before we do that, we'll do some other stuff. We do appreciate you tuning in on Wabash Catch TV over in Salem on Channel 3, over here in Florida, Channel 25 or Channel 100, depending on your setup. Same thing on Moby, Channel 100, and all kinds of other places, Louisville, Sisney, Jeff, Fairfield, north of Fairfield, over in Edwards County. Thanks so much for tuning in. What is going on around the area, in the area of community events? Well, there are two different fairs going on for some of the folks that we cover. Up in Effingham County, they're having the Effingham County Fair does continue over in Altamont tonight, actually this afternoon. They'll have continue their harness racing this afternoon at 1 p.m. Plus, they're going to they open up the carnival tonight, probably around 5 or so, and they get your rides ridden and get all the cotton candy and taffy eaten. That'd be fun. Also tonight over in Altamont, it's the Miss Effingham County Fair Queen and Little Miss pageant. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Same story, by the way, over in Salem tonight, but we'll talk about it a little bit more as we get a little deeper into this. Some vacation Bible schools continuing on tonight here on this Tuesday, July 30th. Over in Salem, it's the Miraculous Mission VBS, and that runs from 6 to 8. Down in Fairfield First Christian Church are hosting Mom's Day Out. They do it every Tuesday throughout the summertime. Got a couple left after this one, through August 13th, as a matter of fact. It's free and runs from 8 a.m. to noon. There is child care available and for children aged 2 to 4 years old. Also, Mariam Community Church is going to have their Vacation Bible School today through Thursday, and that's from 6 to 8. They'll have pickup at 5:45 at Save a Lot. And Mount Zion Baptist Church also continuing their Christmas in July Bible School, again through Thursday night. Up here in Flora, what's going on? It's at the Flora Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center. It is Piano with Mary. That's at 10 a.m. Piano with Mary, starting right after this show airs, so you can still make it there and listen to Mary tickle the ivories for just a little bit. Also this afternoon, late afternoon, there's going to be an informational meeting regarding next year's big Alaskan cruise. You know, the Chamber of Commerce here in Florida putting together the I believe late July Alaskan cruise next fall or next summer. And at 4 o'clock today, they're going to have a big informational meeting on it. You might want to drop by if you're interested in going. I know they already have 50 or 60 folks from around the area planning on heading out on that cruise. That's always a lot of fun. 4 o'clock to around 7 o'clock today. Also today in Flora, and this a little bit might be of interest to my guest here, Justin Townsend. Flag football evaluations up. Well, this particular one probably won't.
No.
The flag football evaluations in Flora today at 5:30. That's for kids from grades 1 through 5. What ages does that run in Fairfield?
I believe they go, I know they have 3rd and 4th grade tackle, so I think it's kindergarten through 2nd grade. And I think they start that basically runs the month of September.
Yeah, they have it's a pretty good time. I know the families are always having fun.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't see kids getting hurt or anything like that?
No, maybe by the 2nd grade they get a little aggressive and the flag turns into a tackle sometimes, but generally it's not too violent.
It's 2nd grade.
Yeah.
How much momentum, angular momentum do they have? Also going on tonight over at Effingham, it's bingo night at the Effingham Knights of Columbus Hall, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. They do that every week. For questions or more information, give them a call at the Effingham Event Center. Again, it's bingo night. It is July 30th, Tuesday, July 30th. That makes this National Cheesecake Day. National Cheesecake Day. The history of the cheesecake. It's possible that an ancient form of cheesecake may have been a popular dish in ancient Greece. It has been found that the earliest attested mention of cheesecake is by the Greek physician Agamus, who wrote a book on the art of making cheesecakes back in prehistory times. Are you a big cheesecake fan?
Absolutely.
Really? What's your brand? What's your favorite? You like the cherry drizzle?
No,
raspberry
I like
drizzle
just your stand. I don't know. I guess it would be a New York style.
Yeah, New York
your
style.
standard cheesecake. I don't need a lot of toppings. No.
Graham cracker crust.
Yeah, I'll go with that. But now, Cheesecake Factory is definitely one of my favorite places to eat. Yes.
How in the world? Since you brought it up, how in the world, after you've been able to get through that whole darn menu, the novel style menu, are you able to even have any food left in your belly or room left in your belly for cheesecake?
A lot of times we'll eat the meal and take the cheesecake home. Eat that later. That's generally how we do things. Because you're right, they're pretty extensive menu there, almost too much, in my opinion, to even figure out what you want.
Really? You're looking at, they've got, it's 15 pages.
So
just nuts.
But I've never been disappointed when I.
Well, maybe tonight you can go out and get a cheesecake. Celebrate.
I got a reason to.
A good reason. There you go. We'll have Walt make you one. That'd be something. He'd probably do a good one. What's on Wabash? What do you want to watch on television tonight? Well, we're going to have the mentioned earlier in Salem. They've got the Marion County Fair. It's the Fair Queen and the Little Miss pageant. That is at 7 o'clock right here on this channel on Channel 3, Channel 25, or 100. And also tonight, the Cardinals play they open their series with the Cubs, Chicago Cubs at St. Louis Cardinals. That's at 7:15. Yu Darvish taking the mound for the Cubs. He'll go against Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals. And also, secondarily, probably not as many folks watching this, but on Major League Baseball Network, the Seattle Mariners will be in Texas. It's Mike Leake, former Cardinal, taking on Ariel Gerardo for the Rangers. We've got a lot of fun for you. The Fairfield Mules football team is what we're going to be talking about. They've had some good years, and you're going to try to keep that going. I've got the head coach Justin Townsend right here, and we are going to talk about Fairfield football right after these words. Do stick around. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Back after these.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show, that's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
I'm Brian. You probably know someone who's had a heart attack, COPD, or a heart bypass operation. You might even know someone who's had a heart transplant, lung cancer, or part of their lung removed. But what about someone who's had all 6? Now you do. My tip is, if smoking doesn't get you one way, it'll get you another.
Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest today is Justin Townsend. He is the head coach of the Fairfield Mules, and Fairfield comes in to this season coming off 3 really fine campaigns in a row. I'm going to switch to that camera. As Justin, you're coming in off of a season last year, 10-1, 9-0 through the regular season. I guess, what do you tell tell kids that are coming in as seniors? They've been 8-2, 9-1, 10-1. Just tell them keep working hard.
Yeah, keep working hard and reload. You know, that's kind of been what we've been working towards all summer. That we don't want to take a step back. We want to continue to stair step and get better each year, and maybe take that next step, because there's a whole. As exciting as last year was, 9-0 playoff game, win at home, there's still a whole nother level of excitement that can be reached.
That playoff game, right. the Newton game last year was outstanding, and actually the Williamsville, I think, we're kind of rehashing last year a little bit, and this you probably don't like thinking about the Williamsville game very much. However, I think if you take a good hard, after you have time to back off, take a look at it, you see the level of team that Fairfield probably wants to be, don't you?
Right, absolutely. It's that's where you want to be. A lot of the Central Illinois teams and the Northern teams are playing at a high level now, and I feel like for Southern Illinois, we're as good as you're going to find, But kind of what I just said, there's a whole nother level, level of excitement. There's a whole nother level of football, and that's what we're working towards. We want to be able to compete with those Central Illinois teams, and ultimately, you get past the first or second round of playoffs, you're going to run in to some of those teams, and a lot of times those teams have been in maybe a little bit better conferences, played a little bit higher level of football, and a lot of times it shows come playoff time, and but that's where we're working towards. That's where we want to be. And I think you ask any good program in the South, and I think they'd tell you the same thing. We're trying to get up to that level, and ultimately, compete for a state championship. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, the kids, you have, but it is a step-by-step process, isn't it?
Absolutely. This will be my 19th season, and this didn't happen overnight. What we're doing right now, no. It's been a long time coming, and then when you get there, it's even tougher to keep it going. So, but our kids have bought into the process, the way we do things. Maybe it's not. You'll see later in some of the pictures the way we do things. Maybe in the old school conventional way, but I think that's the way things. The game of football is changing a little bit. So
let's talk about the facility first.
Yep. Because
last year you had a brand new facility, and you always wonder if kids or folks or the coaches or the teams or the fans, who does that mean the most to? Because it's one of the nicer facilities in Southern Illinois now.
Absolutely.
So who did the kids even notice that, or is it just basically you coaches? And I know the fans really enjoyed it.
Well, I think number one, it gives your kids in your community something they can take pride in.
Yeah,
I mean, we've had several schools in the last year come visit our facility because they're thinking about upgrading their football facility. So I think we've done things the right way. Give credit to our board and administration. When we renovated, we wanted to do it the right way. And
there's. Well, you get there are a lot of safety things that the new facility really uses, and that you're keeping folks out of the school, and it just it works nicely for you.
Yeah, I mean the old days of just going up and having your maintenance staff build something and you're using that, you can't do that. There's a lot of guidelines that you have to follow. So that was a lot of this too. We had to make it handicap accessible and make it where that was better. And then also our the media, the new press box.
The new press box, incredible.
With a lot of the way games are being broadcast online and multiple radio stations and
television, internet.
I mean, it's
fiber.
It's great if you're a high school sports fan right now, because if you can't make it to the game, a lot of games you can find online somewhere, and those were all things that we had to take into consideration, as well as the bathrooms and concessions. And like I said, I just think we did a heck of a job, and it looks spectacular.
Do you feel like I've always wondered, and I'm asking you a question I don't know. Do you feel like a lot of fans who might go to the games will go home and appreciate the like you mentioned, the media stuff that you did, having the 3-camera view and all that?
Oh yeah, I know my parents live in Jeff. A lot of times they don't make it to the home football games. They watch it on TV, and it's awesome for them, and they appreciate it. And I know a lot of times when the games get replayed, the kids talk about watching it.
That's on YouTube.
So it's exciting for them. And
I didn't really mean to be tooting my own horn.
No, I mean, we appreciate it, and just this, that's the way things are going, and it's exciting that in Southern Illinois, Fairfield, Illinois, we're able to do that. And I know there's people overseas in the military, or maybe they live overseas. They watch games.
Oh, sure.
I mean to be able to do that, that's awesome. So
that's really cool. And especially before we wrap up last year, then we'll talk about the start of this year. Especially when you did have a team that went 9-0 in the conference for the second year in a row. It's been since 2017 or 16 since the team lost a game in the conference. How do you keep? I guess the thing is, can you keep that going?
Well, that's the plan. I believe Coach Mike Root at Johnston City has the consecutive conference wins record, and I think it's at 26 or 27.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
you have a goal.
Yeah, that's one of our goals this year, and I think we are at 19 or 20 consecutive conference wins, and so that's definitely something that we would like to achieve this year. We'll talk about goals for the season, but that's something you want to keep going. You want to keep, here in a couple of years, football conferences may not be around.
Well, that's right.
So we want to go out on top as far as that goes.
Well, that's the way to look at it. I'm talking here today to Justin Townsend. He is the head coach of the Fairfield Mules, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the renovations that they've done on the field as well as in the locker room, and the different type of players. They've got to move. Yeah, it's great. It's high school. You have new players all the time.
Yep. Got to go with your strengths every year.
Always have something else going on. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. That's Justin Townsend. I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be right back after these. Stick around.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Christine, and I used to smoke. My tip is, when you hear the words oral cancer, think about more than just your mouth. The skin grafts and reconstructive surgery can really leave a mark on your arm, your shoulder, and your neck. Not to mention what it can do to your face.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. And my guest today is Justin Townsend. He is the head coach of the Fairfield Mules football team. And all right, we talked about the renovations last year. One of the things that I think this is going to be your 19th year.
Yep.
I think in your entire 19-year career, you have been working on trying to get the football field into as nice a shape as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's just been kind of a slog.
Yeah.
And because there was, for instance, one year there was some seed dropped on a quarter of the field.
Oh, yeah. We've had a lot of... And
began taking it over.
Yeah, and I mean... I think the story goes back to maybe the early 80s. Maybe you know something about this. I don't know.
I wouldn't tell.
I want maybe some bleach got poured on a corner of the field.
I'm not going to say.
Okay. But anyway, so yeah, they had to plant some seed, something that would take quickly.
Yeah. And
some form of Bermuda, I guess, and it's kind of worked. It worked its way across the field, about a quarter of the field, and got a little bit of everything. Our field always would start out the year was great condition, but it gets a lot of traffic. We play freshman, JV, varsity, junior league's got 3rd through 8th grade, and we've just been working on something that we can do to make it a little bit more durable.
So what did you end up doing?
Well, Kurt Robbins, the ag teacher, assistant coach for me, a few years ago, he won a grant that would basically pay for an irrigation system.
That's really cool.
That's huge. We've always used the water. You've seen the big water wheels maybe on the fields. We always use that to water the field, but you'd have to move it over to one hash, and and it just wasn't.
And it doesn't get consistently done. It's you're depending on a lot of people to do something.
So we moved that over to our practice field now, which has been nice. So we have the kids pulled out and we started up, and so our practice field's getting plenty of water now. It's in the best shape that it's been in since I've been here. Usually late July it's burn up. Yeah. Now, granted, a wet spring has helped that.
Yeah.
On the flip side, a wet spring did not help the game field situation.
What'd you do to the game field? Did you just char everything off?
Killed it off, dissed it up, did some dirt work, put in the irrigation system. Had a generous anonymous donor pay to come in and sprig it with a form of Bermuda. I mean, if anybody's familiar with Carmi's field, this is right here. This is week 1 or week 2.
I think it's week 1.
Right after it's sprigged, so you can kind of see it's. Imagine if you were drilling beans, they kind of drilled sprigs. It's a form of Bermuda grass, and it's. As I mentioned, Carmi's field's beautiful.
Right.
It looks like a golf course. So that's ultimately what ours is supposed to look like.
How many sprinklers are there on the field?
There's one, I think, there's rows of them about every 20 yards. So you can kind of see the white flags there. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's another one way down there. So, and basically they go across the football field, and I think they'll run it's all automated. We can set it to run however long we run, however many times we want to run it in a day. But basically they go in rows. So one row will go, and then the next row goes all the way working towards the scoreboard.
All right, we're calling this one week 1, about a week or so, a little bit maybe, and then here we are. The second a week.
Yep, there's week 2. You can already kind of see what's going on.
It's just kind of taking a little time to catch on to the sidelines.
Yeah, the sidelines aren't quite getting the water that we need it to, but I think that'll get taken care of. It'll be fine.
Well,
the grass is made essentially to grow out.
Really?
Not so much up. Like they said, ultimately you're going to have to keep it off your track because it's going to want to overtake your track.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so it's pretty good stuff. So.
All right, then we go to a little bit later in the summertime.
Yeah,
we're probably about 3 or 4.
This is about 4 weeks out. This is this would be the northeast end of the football field.
Yeah. Coming out from the locker room.
Yeah, like I said, I've been trying to take a picture every Friday. From the time we planted right up until August 30th, our home opener, and so everybody can see the progress.
Okay, and then this last weekend.
Yeah, this is this past weekend. So this would be.
You went to the other side.
I went to the other side about 5 weeks. 5 weeks out. This is after it's been mowed for the first time, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and then there you can see if you didn't see our show last year, you didn't see a Mules game last year. There's our new. Home sidelines, new press box, kind of what we were talking about. Beautiful facility.
Yeah, and we set up our cameras there beside basically each light stanchion on that side, as well as on top of the booth.
So in the last year, we've gotten our track resurfaced, restriped. We've gotten new stands, home and away. And new irrigation system, new concessions, bathrooms, new away stands. So we've been blessed, and we got one of the best facilities in Southern Illinois.
Now, when the field is done, and the players, people who played on it last year, and who coached on it, the other teams who played on it, they're going to notice a difference, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
I mean, because if you say if you haven't seen Carmi's field like Justin was talking about, Carmi's field plays like you're on a fairway.
And it plays fast too. I mean,
that was what my point was. Or that's what I was going to ask you. How much different is it going to be in the corners? Because that's where that was saw the least activity from the 20-yard line into the goal line on each corner on each sideline, and you could walk out there game day, and you'd be running into grass that tall, and it's not going to be like that.
No, it's going to play fast, and it's going to be trimmed down pretty low, maybe not as low this year, but I think this time next year. We're probably going to have it pretty tight, and it's exciting. And I think the kids, From an injury standpoint too, I think it's going to be much better. It's not going to be as hard of a surface because, quite frankly, grass is going to cover everywhere, and we have the irrigation system.
It's more padding. When you say that it's growing out, that's padding the ground.
Absolutely,
I presume, right? As opposed to growing up and gets kicked up, and you have bare spots.
Right, and that's the thing too. This, a lot of times, if there's a spot that has just been repetitive and it wears down,
it's a kickoff spot or something.
This is hopefully, it's in a few days, it's going to kind of replace, kind of like replacing your divot a little bit, so to speak, on a golf course. So,
did you bring sand in?
Yeah. So
somebody gonna walk out there with sand.
Right. So, that's the plan, and we're excited about it. I mean, it's been fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll check it in the morning and I'll check it in the evening and see if.
Are you checking it all the time? I don't blame you a bit, Justin. You've got a lot of time expended here.
So, but. Basically it needs water, heat, and humidity. And July and August, that's Southern Illinois. If you have an irrigation system, you're taking care of the water part. I'm sure heat and humidity is already taken care of it. So, it's exciting, definitely.
Well, that is exciting. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take another short break. We're going to come back and talk a little bit about the team this year, some of the players, and then we might hit into a little bit of an overview of what to expect in the Black Diamond Conference. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest is Justin Townsend, Fairfield Mules head football coach, going into his 19th. Can you believe 19th?
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. Yeah. Hard to believe. I remember when he was playing. That makes me feel. I remember when he was playing junior league. Who's kidding who? Well, we'll be right back after this.
I'm Brian. You probably know someone who's had a heart attack, COPD, or a heart bypass operation. You might even know someone who's had a heart transplant, lung cancer, or part of their lung removed. But what about someone who's had all 6? Now you do. My tip is, if smoking doesn't get you one way, it'll get you another.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Got a future basketball.
Welcome back, folks. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. We were just talking about all kinds of different things, and this coming off of a 10-win team from last year. You're going to lose some big people. You're going to lose some big factors with your team, but you just hope you bring new folks in who can deal with that. I'm going to ask you the first question that I ask you every year.
Right.
I ask this every single year. Every year it's been the same answer. Depends. Are we going to kick field goals this year? Field goals or extra points?
Now, it's funny you ask that because the plan is to go for 2, but we have a
weapon.
Well, we have a senior, Hunter Scarborough.
Okay.
He's played for us in the past, but he's had a little bit of a concussion issue.
Yeah.
Still wants to play, but maybe try to eliminate some of the risk. Well, he's been kicking extra points for us all off season.
Really?
So we do have a kicker this year.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But I've been up front.
You haven't had a kicker since a Greff Zoo, for crying out loud.
Well, now we had an exchange student in a few years, Martin Segeda.
Yeah, Martin Segeda.
Now the story on him, soccer player, so he never really played much soccer, but he knew the only way he'd be able to help the team was to kick, and I mean he just worked at it, and it wasn't because he had some tremendous soccer background.
He was Pele Jr.
No, but he ended up being pretty good for us.
Yeah, he was.
But I think Hunter definitely get an opportunity to kick some extra points for us this year.
That's
so I kind of threw you for a loop there.
Well, no, you did. That's fine.
I do like to go for 2, though. Don't get me wrong.
Well, that's understandable. So you've got you're still, I presume, we're not throwing in the Manhattan Beach project here or anything like the Manhattan project. In saying that you're going to probably have the double tight ends, double wing for the most part.
I do think we'll be a little more wide open this year.
Really?
We always feel like the wing formation is a good foundation for us. I mean, it's the first thing that we do offensively with our freshmen when they come in, and I think it's always going to be a part of our offense. But I think we have some weapons this year that are maybe going to allow us to do a few more things with the football, and that doesn't necessarily mean throwing the ball around, but I do think we can throw the football this year. But we have a lot of guys that are good route runners, have good hands, so I think that's something that we can do maybe to open up our offense, and that kind of goes hand in hand what we were talking about earlier about kind of getting on board and getting back to competing with maybe some of those teams up north. And
you really, and not just the teams in Williamsville, but you're also looking down the road of the districts.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
And whenever next season you're going to be playing against the Litchfields and the Vandalias,
right,
and that style school who play in the Southeastern Conference,
South Central
Conference, and that's a wide open conference.
Yeah, a lot of those teams are on no huddle spread, try to run plays as quickly as possible, and that's a little bit different than your double tight huddle up.
Double tight to huddle up, and let's burn off 7 minutes of possession.
Which I still think there's a place for that. I'm never going to completely deviate from that. I feel like that's a good offense, a good base offense for us to be. But the big thing we're trying to do, and we've trying to do a better job of the last couple of years expanding on that, and that's what we're working towards this year and the summer.
Last year you had an outstanding backfield, and coming back from that, you've got to think that Wyatt Gilbert is just ready to go.
Right, I think Wyatt's going to have a huge year for us. He's an all-conference kid the last couple of years. We'd like to move him around and do some different things with him because he can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. But he's one of our all-conference guys we got coming back. Cade Carter's another offensive guy. play tight end, receiver for us. Might even see him in the backfield a little bit this year. Chandler McGill is another all-conference lineman we have coming back up front. I think those 3 guys are going to be huge for us this year, and I look for big things out of them.
Who do you plug in? You lost some big names, Hefner and some other big names. Who are you going to plug in?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about guys we lost. Obviously, Hefner was an all-state fullback linebacker for us. I mean, I don't know that you can replace him.
Yeah.
And Reese Lee was another huge guy.
What speed burner?
Right. I think you're gonna see maybe more of a committee. I look for some of our juniors to really step up. Caleb Wells, Blake Pruitt, Colin Massey are all capable running backs.
You lose
for
your
us.
quarterback, you lose Alec.
Lose Alec, a 2-year starter. I'm going to plug in my son Landon Zerlini there. Everybody probably knows him from basketball.
Sure.
He's a good athlete and has a great arm. He's some of the reason we think maybe we can open things up a little bit.
You mentioned Landon. I'm going to ask a question a little bit off the subject. You had part and parcel of the job of head coach is dealing with parents.
Yeah. Well, I still have to deal with parents. Deal with mom.
I know. That was going to tell you. That's one of the. I was talking to a coach a couple of years ago. He says, "Hey, the worst thing about having your kid play for you is you still got to deal with parents."
Yeah. No, I mean, it's great. I'm glad I get the opportunity to do that. And I've coached 2 nephews.
Yeah.
Luke Townsend, Caleb Smith are both tremendous football players for us back in 2009 when we won a home playoff or beat Breese Central in the playoffs and lost to Greenville.
And shut out Breese Central in the first game.
Granted, that's a little different, but I think a lot of it is Landon knows my expectations, and he's a pretty good athlete, and he's a competitor, and he wants to win, and his mom has a athletic background too, so she understands. So
she understands.
But it's
her
exciting.
Dad was a coach. Cried out loud.
Absolutely. So
that'll be fine. All right. So we've got the offense. And you're moving people in and out. This is August. This is July.
And the first thing they always ask me, when the newspapers start, how many returning starters you got, offense and defense, and realistically, we probably have 5 or 6 on both sides of the ball, but I feel like we have 8 or 9 on both sides of the ball. Played a bunch.
You were moving people in and out.
We have great numbers. We have 45 or 46 sophomore through senior football players.
That's really good.
I mean, we have over 63, 64 in the program, so 18 freshmen. We had the benefit the last 2 years to actually package personnel a little bit. If we wanted to go into a spread set, I could bring in 3 receivers. If we wanted to put an extra DB out there defensively, we could pull a defensive lineman out. We had that luxury. We have that luxury again this year. So, maybe there's only 4 or 5 guys that, hey, those were the guys out there when the game started, but we have 7 or 8 guys on both sides of the ball that played a lot.
Yeah.
And that's going to benefit us this year, I think, early in the season as well.
The interesting thing, I was going to talk about the defense a little bit. Mm-hmm. You've got some real holes to fill at linebacker, especially in the middle of the line.
Right. I start off, Luke Dagg is an all-conference player coming back for us at defensive end. I think he's going to have a big year for us. We got to move in Cam Gardner from Olney.
Really?
He's going to start at linebacker for us. He started for Olney, a playoff football team, pretty good team last year as a sophomore at linebacker. So, I mean, if you could have asked for a positional player to move in, I would have said, give me a middle linebacker. Well, we got one. Blake Pruitt's another guy that started last year as a sophomore and going to have a big year for us. Nick Austin, I think, is we don't like to play a lot of our linemen both ways, but Nick Austin is a senior, and I think he's probably going to be one of those guys.
He's earned the opportunity.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty exceptional for us. Ike Downing. And so, I look at Caden Taylor, too, as one of those guys that I talked about. Maybe he didn't start per se, but he played on every single special teams, played in our pass defense, our Longhorn package. I think he's just going to have a big year for us. So we got a lot of kids, and I mentioned all those kids. What's unique about a lot of these kids, they're 2- and 3-sport athletes.
Oh, is that right?
And that's something that maybe is a little different this year. Makes it a little harder in the summer because you got a lot of kids playing baseball or basketball, Landon included. We have to schedule a lot of things, so we're not going to a lot of weekend 7-on-7s and things like that because kids got other stuff going on. But you got to be flexible as a coach if you want to get those kids for your program. But in turn, I think it makes them better football players.
I was going to ask you, you've always kind of held that opinion, haven't you?
Right. I think it's important. In a school of 400 kids, you need your kids to play multiple sports, and that's important at Fairfield. And I think a lot of that, you ask any of the coaches at the school why we're having success right now, and I think it's because a lot of those sports are feeding off each other,
That's outstanding. That's Justin Townsend. We're talking about Fairfield Mules football, and when we come back, we're going to talk maybe about some of the few unusual training.
Yeah.
You can't really do Oklahoma in the offseason, can you?
No, and that we could talk about that. Things are changing.
Things are changing.
Yes.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. We'll be back after these. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details. At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
I'm Christine, and I used to smoke. My tip is, when you hear the words oral cancer, think about more than just your mouth. The skin grafts and reconstructive surgery can really leave a mark on your arm, your shoulder, and your neck. Not to mention what it can do to your face.
Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest today is Justin Townsend. He's the head coach of the Fairfield Mules football team, and they're getting set up for their first game of the season. What's the big first date?
Practice starts August 12th. August 30th is our home opener with the Cesar Valliere Red Devils.
The cool part about practice. So, yeah, there are the IHSA sets forth some particular dates that you have to take that you have that you can use with your kids and see your kids before they're athletes before the time you can. It gives you the opportunity to do some interesting some training stuff.
Right.
You used to have. Do you still have the Fairfield used to have the thing where all the different athletes of different sports would do something all summer long? Do you still do
we've kind of gone away from that. It's more team specific now. But our trainer Sarah, I was going to say Soniker, but it's Sarah
Turner. The first
Turner.
thing that popped in my head, Sarah Turner.
She does a lot of extra stuff, especially she's done a great job with our girls doing a ACL camp. And with our football team, she does a lot of core work. posterior chain. That'd be like your hamstrings and glutes, which a lot of, unfortunately, in high school athletes is undertrained, but it's maybe the most valuable thing. She's been doing a lot of extra.
That's where you see kids getting their cramps.
Right. So that's that's just had a conversation with Dr. Fulop.
Did you?
Last week, and that was one of his big thing. Core, posterior chain. I mean, you can't train it enough in high school. But anyway, she does a lot of extra stuff with that. But no, we've kind of gone away, and it's more team specific now. So,
all right, you sent me some pictures. Tell me what is going on here.
Well, this is a tire tug. We did this. So we like to change up our training, and we like to have a little bit of competition. The days of just going down the weight room for 2 hours and just grinding down there 4 days a week, and we like to lift weights, but we feel like we need to change it up a little bit every once in a while. And so basically, you got two guys here. This is Chandler McGill, and that is Scott Forrest. And I think the kid in the red was started on the D line for us. Chandler in the black.
Chandler's the all-conference kid.
He started offensive line for us. Yeah, and like I said,
what's the goal here?
Jay Scott in the red.
It's a tug of war, but how do you win?
Well, it's not in the picture, but there's cones about 5 yards back.
Okay.
And basically, you got to keep your hands on the tire, and you got to pull your opponent until you can touch the cone 5 yards apart. So you're going to get guys laying, crawling, and you got to keep a grip on the tire. And these are two of our stronger, good lower center of gravity type kids. So I think
that's pretty good. That's pretty good form there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So you can see Sarah there in the back actually. But so they go until somebody drops. And both these guys, if we had a little tournament, both these guys advanced.
I tell you, I saw the picture, by the way, the other night in the newspaper
of AJ Gonzalez.
AJ Gonzalez going against two guys.
Yeah, that was he actually won it. Did he really? Yeah, he's 6'7", 315 pounds. He's a champion. He's undefeated. He beat Dylan Hefner last year pretty easily. So
wow.
So he's going to be a staple on our offensive line this year. Yeah. And when you say he's 6'7", 315, you think that's inflated football height and weight. It's not. He's legit 6'7", and we think he'll have a big year for us. He played on the D line for us last year. He's going to switch over to right tackle for us, and I think that's a more natural position.
Is that something you guys are doing? Granted, it's before you put the pads on, but when you're not starting practice until the 12th to start with, and then you have a week without pads, right?
Right. Yeah.
You really. It reduces the amount of things that you can do.
Right, and like I said, but all this stuff was done the last week.
Yeah,
we just like to change things up.
I mentioned Oklahoma earlier. Is that illegal to do?
It's not illegal. I think maybe there's some states that made it illegal.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We may do it the first day.
Basically, it's to get kids used to popping.
Yeah, and it's a progression of that. We don't. You got to go 2 days in helmets, a couple of days helmet, shoulder pads, then your full pads by Saturday. And then you can still work tackling without actually tackling.
Right.
And it's not like you just throw the pads on, hey, Oklahoma, let's go.
You can't really do that.
You can't do that now.
Oklahoma, for those of you who don't know, that's where you basically start. One kid has the ball, and
you got two linemen, offense and defense. You got a linebacker or DB on one side, a running back, receiver, whoever on the other side, and you blow the whistle, and
off they go,
and they got to run within, generally 5 to 6 yards, and there's usually some collisions, but that's maybe we do it once or twice a year, and that's early in the season, and it's for 15 to 20 minutes.
Just to get kids used to it.
Yeah, just get them popping a little bit, maybe get a little enthusim going too.
That's cool. You're getting ready. The kids look like they're on the shade here. I wonder why they're in the shade.
Well, this is early in the morning, that's why. But this is at Leo French Park, the hill. Anybody in Fairfield would be familiar with that.
The sledding hill.
Yep, the sledding hill.
Yeah.
We've ran this hill since I was in high school. We'd come out and hit sprints here, but basically this was just another day that we wanted to change up training a little bit, and we'd kind of simulate each trip up the hill was simulating a football play. 4 to 6 seconds, you sprint it, you attack it, and you walk back down, and we go again in 45 seconds.
There's the look from.
That's the start of it.
There's the look from the bottom of the hill. The kids are going up.
That's them accelerating up the hill. You can see Coach Lyons.
I was going to say, I thought that looked like Coach Lyons out there.
I think that's even Coach Robbins there to the right in the bucket hat running with them. think he went the first round. He didn't do the second round. But
He's
no,
not getting any younger.
and we were actually, I mean, we had them all the way across. We had most of our kids, our attendance in the summer is right at 90%. So we get really good numbers. But yeah, we want to explode up the hill and accelerate, and then walk back down. We go again.
I tell you what, that's got to be. It's got to be good training.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
and you had the trainer out there anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, the big thing with speed development, a lot of it's coming full circle that, when you're training for speed, just going out and running 20/40s as quick as you can doesn't necessarily make you faster. It's about sprinting at full recovery.
Right.
And, even that there with a minute recovery, if we were really wanting to develop speed, that probably wasn't the way to develop speed. But two, we need a little more rest in between.
Yeah.
But that was more of a conditioning, simulating like a drive. So, but we just try to do different things, change up training. Wednesday morning we're going to meet at Lakeside Park, and we're going to have a sand volleyball tournament.
Hey, that's fun.
Just and fun is a part
That's
of it.
exactly.
I mean,
you want to make it fun.
But you're also competing too, and maybe there's some consequence if your team doesn't lose. Maybe we're just trying to do different things, especially at this point in the summer. I think it's important to do that to break up the monotony a little bit.
August 30th is game one. It's Cesar Valera at Fairfield. We'll have that one for you here, right here on this station on Wabash. Cesar Valera flips the schedule. You and Cesar have flipped around because they were the last team that you played in conference last October. What's the Black Diamond Conference looking like this year?
Well, I'm planning on the Mules being at the top, competing for a championship. That's where we want to be. That's our expectation. Then you notice I said expectation. I mean, that's where we expect to be, and I think that says a lot about our kids right now. Right, and I saw it on the back of some basketball shirts, but it said elite mindset. And that's kind of the mindset I want our kids. We want to be the top echelon every year, and I think Cesar Valera thinks maybe they're going to have something to say about that. I could see that. They got some good athletes coming back. They lost some key guys too, but they returned some key guys as well.
Got to be glad to get them at home.
And the fact, get them at home, which with the field, a lot of that was in question. Is that we got a late start with the wet spring, but I think we're going to be fine on that. But open them up with them at home. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, and I think our guys are going to be extra excited to get on that new field.
El Dorado's always tough.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be good. I think they got a couple of their basketball kids to come out. I think the El Dorado of 2 to 3 years ago, maybe you're going to be a little different. I expect them to throw a little bit more.
Really?
They got
they're not trying to hit you in the jaw.
Well, I think they'll still try to hit you in the jaw, but I think that they're going to throw a little bit more. They got a nice junior quarterback.
Over the last few years, it's been the Black Diamond has been three biggies and 6 or 7 are struggling for scraps. Right. It's not really like that. Is it like that so much? I think Chester's really good. I
think Chester's, they won a playoff game last year. Edwards County won a playoff game last year. That's something we didn't talk about. The Black Diamond gets a bad rep a lot of times. We actually had a pretty good playoff run last year. I think Chester.
That's the thing, that Edwards County win over in Madison probably just shocked people.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a case where Edwards County is actually a 1A school playing a lot of 2A, 3A teams all year, and then they go play an actual 1A school that's played 1A schools all year, and they whipped them pretty good. So I think they only won by a touchdown, but I think they shut them out.
Close to 7-0.
Yeah, but I think, they're still going to be your top echelon, but I think some teams like, I mentioned Hamilton County, I could see them being much improved. Their lower levels have been kind of steadily building. This is the class that they kind of hang their hat on. I think when they came in as freshmen, they thought this group of seniors might get them to the playoffs. So, that's a possibility. I think Christopher's going to continue to get better. I don't know if they're there yet, but they're going to continue to get better.
There's another Simon playing at Carmi.
Yeah, I mean, Carmi, they're going to be well coached and prepared, and they're going to, when we play them week 5, that's the one week that's locked in every year for us, a rivalry game. It's going to be a heck of a game, and so we'll see what happens this year. But I'm definitely excited. I know we got a big target on our back. But our kids have responded all summer, and I know they're going to continue to respond come August 12th.
That's great. Well, Justin, thank you so much for coming up here.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. And best of luck to you and the Fairfield Mules this season. Okay?
Thank you.
Let's get that streak.
Yep.
Folks, thanks for watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.